View Road and even getting down into the city of Alma, this storm capable of producing a tornado. There's the latest scan, which just updated right now, and it's right over the city of Alma currently, and that is producing a lot of wind associated with this system, and there can certainly be some type of circulation embedded in this storm as it continues to move pretty quickly out to the northeast at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So again, this is the area that we're going to be continuing to watch. I'm going to take a little larger view here and kind of time things out a little bit for you. Again, the tornado warned storm right over the Alma area, heading into Alma right now towards Rockingham, 635, and in the Servancy area, if it holds together, probably somewhere around there, possibly around 705, if that circulation does hold together. So this is what we're watching. We do have that tornado warning until 6:45. It's 6:31 right now. So if you're watching here into the Alma area, right along US 1, this is the area which we continue to see a lot of strong winds associated with this. So even if it's not producing a tornado, again, we're seeing the circulation, which could potentially produce a tornado. We're definitely going to see some type of wind damage, it looks like, as it moves into the Alma area with this very strong readout here of what we're looking at as far as the circulation goes.
No, and without a doubt, and as we head through the rest of this evening, those straight line winds are also one of the big things that we're going to be tracking, not just for Alma, but for a lot of the area as more of these cells work their way through. If we can switch back over to Max 2, what you'll be seeing is here's an overview of pretty much what we've got going on. You see not a lot going on in the Savannah area, not seeing a whole lot over in the Vidalia area, but it's that line that we're going to be seeing, and you can see where that little red polygon is down there. If we can bring me back up, well, I'll be pointing that out to people here in just a second. But Vidalia also getting some moderate to heavy rainfall right now. Baxley also getting some of that. And pretty much what we're seeing is here's where that little blip that we were talking about with Dave is at right now. Still, all of this system is moving to the northeast. Lots of windy conditions. Going to be coming in behind it. Probably going to be working its way to the Savannah area as we get closer to maybe that 8 to 9 o'clock time frame. But here's once again a closer look at what we're seeing around the area. Lots of lightning as this system is pushing its way through because we're in the warmest section of the storm right now. And you can see right there just directly over the top of Alma is where we're seeing that tornado warned storm, also still surrounded by a severe thunderstorm as well, and that alone is capable of creating 60 plus mile an hour gusts and less than penny size hail. But as we talked about with Dave right now, you can see that couplet right there is starting to cross over 32. It's basically heading directly for the downtown Alma area. So if you are in Alma and you're able to see us right now, go ahead and head to that safe space, center room of your house or in a basement if you can. Might want to jump in the tub and just have something to protect your head with, and we'll be here. So get us on that mobile app and we'll stay with you throughout that entire time. But right here is where that little couplet is, right about to cross over the Highway 32 area and going to be going across 1 as well here very soon. Right now, timing on that, pretty much what we're looking at is right around 6:42 for the Alma area. So you've got about right under 10 minutes to get to your safe locations. Coffee going to be headed towards that way by 6:52 and New Lacey by 6:48. And then as we talked about, still seeing that large area out there as well that we're going to continue to be tracking as we head into the next couple of hours as well. And we're going to go ahead and back up these graphics a little bit, and I'm going to show you another look at what we're seeing across the area. Like Dave said, we've got lots of very high gusts working their way into the area right now. And once we get through with this line, we're really not going to be seeing a whole lot more as we head into the rest of the evening. But Dave, have we gotten any more updates on this system or any others out there right now?
No new updates here from the National Weather Service here out of the Jacksonville office. If we go back over to TVM1, that's going to show where the latest scan is, showing where the velocity, and it's now well east of the Alma area, crossing over into the Rockingham area. So we're looking at the circulation here in this area in Rockingham, and we are seeing this continue to work its way quickly out to the northeast. So even if we're not seeing a tornado in here, we're definitely looking at some very strong winds. We're looking at the velocity. This is measuring the winds inside the storm. Check out some of these velocities. Now, these are going to be a little bit well off the surface of the ground here, but this just shows you how strong these winds are in this area. So we're probably going to have some of that translate down to the ground, and we could easily be seeing some winds gusting over 60 plus miles per hour associated with this storm as it continues to move very quickly out to the northeast. So if we're watching over in this area here, if you're into, let's say, the Bennett Still Highway area, into the it's a Dedge Farm Road area, the Dunlin Road, the Caraway Road region. Anywhere in this general region here that we're circling, this is where you need to be in your safe shelter, lowest level of your home, interior room, away from any windows, interior bathroom and interior closet, because this storm certainly has the potential of producing a tornado. Now, we're not getting any confirmation that this has produced a tornado, but it's certainly possible that this storm can produce that tornado. So I'll make sure you are aware of this as the storm is racing pretty quickly out to the northeast here at about 45 miles per hour. So we can see that circulation here now a little bit more pronounced here, a little bit further north, where we are looking at this here, north of the Rockingham area, east of US 1, now northeast of the Alma area. Here's the latest scan. And as we can see that, we're still seeing some tremendous amounts of winds, especially in this area here. So the Bennett Still Highway into the Whirlpool Way area, the Mallard Road, Oak Hill Church Road. This is the area where the storm is going to be moving eventually into your area very quickly, and this is the main circulation which we're seeing right now. So if you are watching down over in Rockingham, at least anywhere south of US 1, you're okay. The storm is moving out of your area, at least the potential circulation. New Lacey looks like this is going to pass just to your north. Alma, you're okay now. It's now moving. See if we get any little towns in here. I'm not seeing any towns popping up, but we did have some of the roads out there. Again, Bennett Still Highway, Whirlpool Way area, and the Oak Hill Church Road, and the Herbert Dean Road. This storm is moving into your area. It is a tornado-warned storm, so I'll put the warnings back on here for you just to show you where we have the warning. And again, this is not caught up as far as the warning, but the storm has moved kind of out of the warned area here. It went through 6:45. That's how quickly the storm is moving. But that is continuing as we're still looking at the velocity right now with that storm capable of producing that tornado. And it's going to be right in this area here, which you can kind of make out right there, right over the Bennett Still Highway. And they are continuing, it looks like, the tornado warned storm, just new issuance.
Yeah, new issuance, still radar indicated tornado warned storm right now. Not looking at any hail out there, but still looking at some pretty strong gusts, and it's moving now at 45 miles an hour, so it has slowed down just a little bit.
Right, so when they put the warning out there, again, when I said it moved out of the warned area, that was for 35 miles per hour. It's moving 45 miles per hour, so it's moving a little bit quicker. So with that, let's go ahead and put a tracker on there with the new estimated time. And we'll change this up to 45 miles per hour, and we'll put another tracker on here, and hopefully we can get this going here. And there we go. We'll put another tracker on here, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. There we go. And right here, and heading out to the northeast at about 45. So Surrency, 6:55, the storm is headed in your direction. Brentwood, by 6:59, the storm is moving into your area. So you need to be keeping a very close eye on this storm as it's going to move through very quickly. So again, it is still north of Georgia 203. It is now moving northeast of the Alma area, northeast of Rockingham, and it's right over, the circulation was moving right over the Bennett Still Highway, the Whitpoor Way. Hopefully we're pronouncing that correctly. Robin Road, it's going to be moving into your area shortly. The Satilla Church Road, the the Herbert Dean Road.
And we officially have an observed tornado on the ground in the area as of right now. Our reports just came in with that. It's going to be issued until 7 o'clock for Appling and Bacon County is what we'll be looking at during that time. Right now, it is still moving northeast at around 45 miles per hour, but definitely a very serious situation for anyone over in the Alma area and also in Surrency as well. New Lacey, that's going to be coming across there. Also, Highway 15, 121, also going to be looking at that, and then we'll still be seeing it working its way towards the Odom area just after that, but definitely looking at a strengthening system here. If you you can definitely see more of a bow, Dave, as it's starting to work its way and evolve a little bit. It's getting more of those straight line winds coming in from the back as well, which is something we were looking at as we are.
Let's check the correlation coefficient. Now, this tells us we can detect a debris circulation, if there's anything, debris maybe being lofted in there to confirm. And yeah, this would be a confirmed tornado now. We can actually see that there is a debris ball. So we're actually seeing this area right there. We can see how bright that is and much different than the other colors around it. That means we have a confirmed tornado on the ground, which is picking up debris and lofting it into the ground. So let's go back and show you exactly where this is. So this is now a very serious situation here, as we are definitely seeing a confirmed tornado, which is on the ground. It's north of New Lacey, north of 203 here. So if we zoom on in, let's get street level here for you. We're getting into the Satilla Church Road area, the Robin Road area, the Herbert Dean Road area. You need to be in your safe shelter, lowest level of your home. Center center room, probably an interior bathroom or closet with no windows to protect yourself from flying debris. Not a bad idea to bring a pillow, bring a mattress, something to protect yourself from any flying debris that this tornado is obviously picking up now. And we're definitely seeing that rotation embedded in this storm, and it's right in this general location here. So this is what we're going to continue to really watch and stress, that this is the area. So if you're watching in Alma, you're okay, but if you're watching over here near Georgia 15, this is where we're seeing that possible still circulation embedded with this storm. So again, right now it looks like it's going to be maybe getting over towards Robin Road, the Herbert Dean Road, Black Road, Phelps Road, A.E. Copeland Road, the Cameron Road. This is the area that you need to be watching as it's approaching Georgia 15 right now. And it's just about to move out of Bacon County and move into southern areas of Appling County, where we are seeing that rotation, which could still potentially be producing that tornado. And we did have confirmation that this did produce a tornado as we were looking at some of the debris associated with that storm continuing to work its way associated with that. So right now I'll put a little tracker on here. Storm is moving out. We'll time it out getting into the Surrey, Brentwood area. Surrey 657, Odom 706 in the Redland area by 712, as the circulation itself, which is prompting this tornado warning, is right over, almost over the Bacon and the Appling County border. So Robin Road into the Herbert Dean Road region, moving out of Oak Hill Church Road. This is where we have that tornado-warned storm, which is capable still of producing a tornado at any time as it's moving over that area. So if you're living anywhere between Georgia 203 and Georgia 15 here in southern areas of Appling County, this storm is going to be moving into your area, as it's going to be moving now pretty much out of the Bacon County area and crossing over into Appling County. Actually, you're okay. This is going to move south to your area, but Surrey definitely needs to keep an eye on this storm, as it's going to continue to move very quickly over in that area. I'm going to look at the correlation coefficient again, just to see if we can see any type of debris ball still in there.
A little bit of one.
It looks like we're still seeing some type of debris ball potentially right in this general area here. That was with that storm. As you can see right here, starting to lift it up. This was at 638, and then you can see as a progressive, 639, 640, a very telltale signature that was lifting some debris from the ground up into the sky that the radar was detecting. So that is a sign of a tornado, and that's why we continue with this tornado warning. And we continue to see that rotation continue to move out of Bacon County. Yes. Thankfully, it is not as pretty much as pronounced as it was the circulation as it was just one of the scans ago. But anywhere in this general region here, so south of Georgia 15 and into Appling County, it looks like they have expired the warning.
In Bacon County, they've expired the warning for that. still looking at that strong system that you talked about. It's working its way over towards the Jessup area, probably within the next hour is what we're seeing. Let's go ahead and switch back over to Max 2 for just a second. We'll give Dave a little bit of a break there. What we're pretty much seeing, though, is notice the structure of this entire system. It's starting to create more of a bowing segment with it, and you'll be able to see that here in just a second. But pretty much what we're seeing with that is that means it's going to become more of a straight line wind event for most of our areas. But still, we're going to have to watch areas such as this one that we've been talking about with Dave, working its way across that area right now. More of those down to the south, not in our area, but still, if you have anybody down there, go ahead and might want to talk to them a little bit. Here's what we're pretty much seeing. It's working its way towards the Surgency area, working its way towards the Odom area, as we talked about. Still 60-mile-per-hour gusts outside of the fact that it's also a tornado-warned storm. So if you're around Highway 15, if you're around 341, it is time to get to those safe space locations. As we talked about with Dave, still seeing a little bit of that debris signature out there with our last few readings. So that means still good chances that that is still confirmed to be on the ground at the moment. But as we go ahead and take a little bit of a wider look at the area, pretty much what you will be able to see is that we're looking at this system working its way over towards the Jessup-Hinesville area as we head into the next couple of hours. It's going to be working its way across these small little roads as we go into the next couple of minutes. And like Dave talked about the timing on that, this system is starting to speed up a little bit. So you're having less time if you're ahead of this system right now. Definitely going to want to go ahead and get into those safe space locations out there. And pretty much what we're going to be looking at as we head into the rest of the evening, this strong set of storms is going to be working its way probably to the Savannah area, closer to the 8 to 9 o'clock time frame. We're still going to be here watching what we're seeing, and you can kind of see where that couplet is actually at right there. You see where that green and red meet. That is where you're seeing that little bit of rotation. It's working its way towards the Highway 21 area, across 15, across Surgency, also to the Madre Springs area, and across 341 as well, not to mention 121. So if you're in the Baxley area, you're looking pretty good right now. You're in the last little bit of the cold front. It's going to be pushing its way farther east. You'll just have rain showers the rest of the evening. Same case for Bacon, but if you are around the Surgency area or anywhere around Highway 15, 121, or Highway 1, it's going to go ahead and be time to go ahead and get into those safe space locations. Make sure you get into the center room of your house, basement if you have it. Go ahead and bring that phone with you and maybe even a charger so that you can still keep up to date with us while you're in your safe space. But this is pretty much what we're looking at as of right now. We haven't really gotten any other new warnings out there at the current moment, but as we head into this evening, like I said, by 9 o'clock, the majority of these storms are going to be off the coast, and we'll just have a few light isolated shower chances behind them, and then we'll pretty much be looking at clear skies as we go into tomorrow. So that's what we have to look forward to, but we've got to get through this evening first. Dave, have you heard any new updates on anything that we have going on out there? You can still see a little bit of, it looks like it's not as strong of a signature right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much in the way of the pronounced rotation that we had earlier for looking at this back over on TVM1, and the Weather Service is not confirming anything now moving into Appleton County. Now, we still have the warning for Appleton County going through 7 p.m. If you live in Bacon County, you are not under any more current warnings. That storm has moved out of your area and has basically moved now into the Appleton County region. So it's kind of crossing over Georgia 15 as we speak right now. So again, as Dylan was mentioning, it looks like it's going to be pronounced more of a straight line wind event, like a little bit of a bowing event. And we just got a new warning, here from the National Weather Service saying that the warning is confirmed still.
And it's for Appling.
Confirmed, therefore the warning has been canceled. Let me see about this. What are they saying with this one here? Tornado warning continues. Tornado warning was located near Surgency, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So that is the storm right here, down in this general region here. Which we are still seeing, again, a very strong winds, and it's going to be getting closer to the Surgency area as it's going to be moving closer to Georgia 121 here. And I still think that the more the center of the circulation is probably down closer to the Georgia 15 area, and it's going to continue to work its way to the north at about 45 miles per hour. So we're looking at still, they say it's a radar-confirmed tornado. We did see the debris ball earlier. So if you're watching still anywhere in this general region here, let's see if we can get some streets over here. The Dykes Road, Poor Robin Road, Hollard Road, the Holmesville Road, Willie Road southeast, the Peacock Break Road. This is where we are going to be seeing some of that rotation kind of moving back into your area as it's moving almost over towards the Surrency area, kind of just south of the Surrency region as of right now, as it's moving out of the, looks like Georgia 15 area, some place over here now, as we're getting scans now coming in every couple minutes or so. With the latest scan coming up here, but we're still seeing some rotation embedded in there. And even if it's not still currently producing a tornado, we're still looking at some very strong winds aloft associated with this. So we could be talking about still some wind damage. Even if it's not tornadic wind damage, it's certainly going to produce a lot of wind as it moves through that area.
Yeah, definitely couldn't agree more with that, Dave. And we're going to continue to track these conditions as we head into the next couple of hours. Right now, still working its way towards the Brentwood area. Odom next. Going to be going to Redland after that. And so pretty much what we're going to be looking at is just once we get to the next few hours, it will continue working its way farther east, and then it'll be off the coast. But until then, these chances are still going to be about. So make sure, even if this is not in your area right now, it could be coming to your area next. If you already had this pass through, you're pretty much looking good for the rest of the night. But anybody along Highway 15, 121, 341, still going to want to be in your safe space locations right now. And as you can see, still over there towards the, just south of the Surrency and just to the southwest of the Brentwood area. Really, right now, focus is probably on 121 is what we're seeing right there. Not really seeing a lot of county roads, but you can see Poor Robin Road there. You've got Holland Drive. You've got Holmesville Road. Barfield over there to the east of that, and just a lot of little neighborhoods over in this area. If you live around here, it is that time to go ahead and head to your safe space, wherever that is at in your house, whether it be a basement, whether it be the centermost room of your household. And then when we take a look at the timing of this, based off how fast this system is going, still moving right around 45 miles per hour, going to be in Odom by 7:06, going to be looking at Redland by 7:12, Doctortown by 7:22, Ludowici by 7:29, and then Walthornville by about 7:38 is what we're looking at right now. But we can go ahead and switch over to Max 2 again, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what we're seeing with the overview. And here's what we were talking about with Dave. You can kind of see where that Boeing segment is at right now, and it's pretty much anywhere from the Vidalia area all the way down to Valdosta. You can see it right here. And that is that good indication of that we're going to be seeing more of these straight line winds. If we see tornadic activity develop, it's normally what we call on a bookend, and it's down here towards the south or up here in the north. Right now, because it's just now starting to get that bow, we still have this one tornado warned storm that was observed. Still haven't got any indication that it's not still observed, but not seeing as much when it comes to our debris signatures right now. And it's working its way, like we said, towards the Odom, Jessup area, working its way east to the northeast. And then all of this whole system is going to be working its way towards the Savannah area here very soon. But here's a closer look. Once again, Surrency right now seeing the worst of it there and southbound on 121. Also going to want to be on the lookout for this if you're over and around 203, 169. Highway 25 is going to be coming for there next. And as you can see, Hinesville is starting to show back up on the map now as well. So that's another area that we're going to be looking for. Baxley, though, if you're in the Baxley area, you've seen the worst of the weather for the night. You're looking pretty good. Might see a few isolated showers. But still, even during this time, we're still looking at gusts, even outside the tornado, of up to 60 miles per hour, which definitely could cause some damages to your roofs, knock down some branches. So really not a good time for anybody to be out and about. Going to want to go ahead and stay indoors and just make sure that you are staying safe. But as we take a look a little bit at our radar signature here in just a second, what we'll be seeing is still seeing a little bit of coupling there, Dave, but it's really not near as pronounced as what it was. But there is a little bit there, about to cross over the 121 area and over towards 341. So the good news is it doesn't appear to be strengthening, and that is definitely good news. And we're going to look for that trend to continue, but there's no definite in that as we go into the next hour or so. And then still, as we talked about before, all of these systems are going to be working their way across the area over towards the coast as we get closer to 9 o'clock. After that, they're going to be done. But this is when we'll see the worst of this here in the Savannah area. And we're going to be around as long as these tornado warnings are around. And we'll still continue to update you on social media and other platforms up until that point as well, even if we have severe thunderstorms out there.
Again, what we can see right now is this is the look at the current velocity, which we're looking at as of right now. We are still seeing that here now, kind of just along, this is or Georgia 121 south of the Servancy area. So we're continuing to watch this general area right here, and it's continuing to work its way to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour. So if you're just watching us right now, this is the area of concern, which we definitely need to be keeping our eyes on, that is going to be possibly continuing to produce that tornado, which confirmed earlier. And it doesn't look like it's working over here, so we're going to have to go to do this manually, if you can do with that, Dylan. This is the storm right here in the Servancy region, still producing that isolated potential tornado into the Servancy area, about to get over towards 341. This is into Appling County right now. This is where we have the warning going through 7 o'clock. This has a history of producing a tornado in Bacon County, and we had a very good debris signature associated with that earlier. But right now, it's looking like very gusty winds. We still have that warning going through 7 o'clock. And if we take a look at a larger view here, we kind of put the alerts on there. We'll show you what we have as far as the warnings. And that will be right up in the top part here. If you just kind of want to click on that here in the top part, that'll get you that. And go over to the alerts over here, and then go down to the warnings. And then that will get the warning on here. So that includes the Servancy area, and that goes through the 7 o'clock time frame. Right now into Wayne County and into Long County, southern areas there of Tattnall County, you are not under a tornado warning, but we do have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. But it's this area here, as we're getting just south of the Servancy, is the main area that we're really going to be focusing on. So we want to go back. We'll show you what the look at the radar looks like right now. So go over to the now right here, and then go down to the radar. We'll put the radar on here at the top. And then this is the area which is producing the potential tornado as it's getting into the Servancy area. A lot of lightning associated with that. We'll switch on over now to the velocity here. That's going to be coming right there out of the Valdosta one right here, VAX. We'll put that on there, and we'll kind of zoom on in. This is the center of the circulation. So as we zoom on in, here's the Servancy region here. This is the area which was prompted the warning. And we're still getting some very strong winds here now crossing east of Georgia 121. So this is where we could potentially be seeing some type of rotation in here. Can we look at some of the velocities in there, in here? If we can just kind of click on those, Dylan, we can probably see what the velocities are. So you see how strong the winds are. Even if it's not producing a tornado, a tremendous amount of wind energy associated with this system. So we could be talking about winds down at the ground levels here, easily over 60 miles per hour. And there could still be that rotation in here going through that 7 o'clock hour. Now, the Weather Service, again, it has this warning going through that 7 o'clock hour. Dylan, are we still seeing that warning going on right there for the Appling County area?
They have continued that warning for the time being as of right now.
They are continuing the warning. So they're still looking at the potential for seeing a little bit of rotation embedded in this system right here. And it's going to be for this area here. Again, it had a history of producing tornadoes. They're being very cautious associated with this. If we go back over to the debris signature, again, we were trying to see the debris signature before, but that was not showing anything on the correlation coefficient coming out of the Valdosta as far as anything as significant right here out of the Valdosta one.
Oh, excuse me.
VAX right there. And again, this is not as impressive a debris signature as it was earlier. So hopefully, tornado was on the ground. Hopefully, it's not producing anything on the ground right now, at least according to the correlation coefficient. Hopefully, it's not on the ground. So we'll go back over to the velocity over there and just show you where the potentially could be producing that tornado right now, where we are still seeing some of that circulation. And that would be here, getting close to 341, in between the Servancy and the Brentwood area. Now, in this general region right here is where we could potentially be seeing some broad rotation, which could still potentially be producing an isolated tornado. The warning does go through 7 p.m., so if you're watching over there into, let's say, Appling County, about to move into western areas here of Wayne County, as you get into the Brentwood region, this is where we still have that tornado warning in effect for your particular area. We're looking at a lot of wind associated with this as it continues to work its way out now of Appling County. So if you're watching over in Surrency, you're fine. Alma, you're just fine as well as far as where this storm is concerned. The main area which we're going to continue to watch is kind of right along the border here of Appling and into Wayne County. So we are still looking at the warning associated with this. We'll go back over and show you if you're just joining us right now. At the top of the hour, we do have that tornado warning that does include the Surrency area. Again, the center of the storm, which kind of prompted the warning, is kind of moving out of that warned area. So it only goes through 7. We'll see if the National Weather Service out of Jacksonville is going to continue that into Wayne County or not, because it's right along the border as we speak, where we are seeing some of that rotation as of right now. And that storm will continue to produce a lot of wind associated with that, and is potentially could still be producing that isolated tornado as it approaches
Just expired.
341. So good news is, again, it doesn't look like we had the rotation in there. The National Weather Service has allowed that tornado warning to expire. Now, we still have severe thunderstorm warnings for the Wayne County and into the Long County and into the Liberty County and southern areas of Tattnall County. What time does that go to, Dylan? That goes to what time, the severe thunderstorm warnings?
The severe thunderstorm warning goes until
Probably sometime 7:15-ish?
about 7:15-ish, 7:15 and around 7:20-ish. So
Okay.
that's pretty much what we're looking for.
So we're looking at that continuing. So again, we're going to monitor these. We're going to send you back to programming, but if we do have any more tornado warnings, in effect, we'll cut into programming. We're going to be live on social media here. If you go to our WTOC Facebook page, we'll be live on social media, kind of tracking these storms as they progress to the east. But right now, since we have no more tornado warnings, we are going to send it back to programming.